Oh, hey y'all. Oh, welcome to the I had to take my glasses off because it hurts right here. Like this pressure getting built up. Drinking my electrolytes. I told myself, like, yeah, I'm gonna do a 2-mile run. I didn't have it in me. I think I ran a good 1.35. The rest of it was me walking. I'm not gonna lie. No, because I did kind of run back. I probably did a mile and a half. 1.6 is kind of pushing it, but did a mile and a half. Proud of myself. I just did not want to exert myself. I don't know how much everything was in total since I did a mix of walking and running and all that stuff, but it is 9:05. It is October 20th. Y'all will not be seeing this until like about a month or so from now. But the way I have everything set up, I like the natural like flush look. It's so cute. Natural blushes. God did his thing. But anyways. Oh Lord, y'all, my head hurting. Oh Lord. It was actually really cool this morning. I was running with my Brooks. Not really too impressed right now, so I'm waiting for maybe something more grand. I don't know, maybe the shoes just got to break in, but the Brooks GTS Adrenaline 24s, and I got them because I have like an arch underneath my foot. But anyways, I did a video this morning on profits, so if you want to check that out, you can. You'll see it before you see this video. So yeah, I'm thinking I might take my hair out and just wear it kind of like, I don't know, we'll see. It depends on if I have time. I did eat more yesterday. At this point, y'all just know I'm doing what works for me. I'm not gonna hold you. There are some days where I'm like, okay, 1200's fine, I'll be cool, skinny queen, whatever. Other days I'm like, I need 1500, and then other days I'm like, you know what, I don't feel like counting calories today, and I'm fine with that. So my goal was pushed back. So the reason why I keep being back and forth in these vlogs, and I'm so sorry y'all, is because my first goal, I was at 163.8 pounds, and I was like, nope, that's a wake-up call for me at my height and my body mass index, all that stuff. And so I was like, I'm gonna drop down to 150. Cool. That will be done by the time December is. Yeah. Like I might be in the 140 range by December. It just depends. And then I was like, you know what? No, I actually want to go down to 140. So then it pushed that date back. And it's like, well, you could do by the end of December, but you're really, really pushing it. And so then I was like, you know what? I actually want to go down to 130. And I'm not dropping again. I know I changed my mind a lot, but I'm not dropping again. And I was like, okay, I want to do 130. So that pushed it back even further. So I could really hit my goal of 130 between January and March of next year. It just depends. I also am okay with the time continuously fluctuating because life happens, things happen, things are not perfect. So I'm not just gung-ho about, oh my gosh, it has to be this date because I gotta fit into a certain dress by then. Like, I'm not getting married or anything. I'm setting this goal for myself and I'm gonna achieve it. Now, if I have days where I want to eat more, I'm gonna eat more, and I know that might push it back a day, but I'm okay with that. Ultimately, I'm gonna get there. And what Aunt always tells me, and I always look up to him because he's my man, y'all. I look up to my man, but also not just because he's my man, but he's a man of God. And on top of that, Ant has been an athlete for all his life. He stopped recently, like this year, but he still is, he's wise about these things. And my siblings and cousins are athletes, so they know what things to do. And Ant was telling me, like, look, I know you want to lose this weight fast, but your slow progress is better than you rushing it and then you binge eating and then you, a couple months later, you gain all the way back. And I was like, I don't want to hear that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't want to hear that. I'm just doing what works for me. No, this does work for me, and I'm grateful. So slow progress is better than no progress. Also, we'll be eating some pies on Wednesday from Uncle Willie's Pies, so I'm really excited. They're in DeSoto, Texas. I hope they're good. I want to try it. I hope they have sweet potato. I want to try sweet potato so bad. But anyways, welcome to the vlog. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really do think I'm gonna take the braids out. I think with all, like, I think the running might have caused pressure here. I don't understand why or how that happened, but I have a lot of pressure. I don't know if it's allergies or like sinuses or what, but I have pressure just like right here on this side. So I think I might take out my braids too. That's another reason I do wear my hair out a lot and not in a lot of tight styles. One, because I want the integrity of my hair and I want my edges by the time I turn 30, but also certain like tight styles really cause me to have terribly bad migraines. So even though I've had this in for 2 days, I might just take it out, wear it like, okay, love y'all. Hey y'all, class is finished. I didn't take out my braids, clearly. Canvas is down, and that's what we use for assignments. Unfortunately, I got most of my stuff turned in. It's just the group honors work that I have to do. There's been people that have been added to our group, so we have to keep pushing back the date, but everything is due tomorrow. And so it's like, for me to turn everything in, I need stuff done on time, like on time. So anywho, Amazon's acting up, people's banks are acting up. Like, we're literally in the middle of a government shutdown. Thank God my bank is fine. What else was I gonna say? Want to bake some cinnamon rolls, so I'm actually gonna buy like a rolling pin this time so that they don't turn into bagels. Yeah. And then something else I'm missing. Oh, because I ordered stuff on Amazon, my running vest is supposed to come in today. Don't know when that's coming. I got like some gray, like undertone sunglasses to help me with seeing in the morning and at nighttime with driving. We'll see how that works. I look good, don't I, y'all? Okay, next clip. Okay, can y'all see me? My head is starting to hurt. I don't know why, but I'm gonna make some cinnamon rolls. So they're gonna be like banana nut themed. And the reason why they're gonna be banana nut themed, got some of them simmering. Well, I have like it was like a banana rum mix. I threw the thing away. It should be on the top of the trash can still. Yes. Okay. So this brand right here, these, oh, it's kind of dirty. Sahali Snacks. Got this banana rum pecans glaze mix. So there's that. So I took half of them. Well, I ate some, if I'm being real with you. I took the other half, and I've just been letting them simmer because I'm gonna make like a frosting out of this, because these are all gonna be vegan. They have nuts in it. I've started to incorporate more nuts, and I've been fine for the most part, thank God. But there's that. And then I also didn't have ripe bananas, so got them in there. So those are good. And then rolling pin. This is what it looks like dry, so I'll probably like crush this up to put it in as filling, or just blend it with this because it needs oat flour and wheat flour. I bought these, so this is also why it's gonna be banana nut themed. Got some maple syrup, pumpkin pie spice, coconut oil, lemon juice to make it a little refreshing. And then also I do need some vanilla extract. It's imitation vanilla, not real vanilla, unfortunately. Look forward to when I can afford the real one. And then I'm also gonna have some date syrup as well. So yeah, everything is vegan. Y'all, excuse the mess. It's gonna turn into greatness. About to start making the icing with the soaked ones that I had, a little bit of lemon juice. This is the dough. It's so good. Been using date syrup, whole wheat flour, white flour, oat flour. I blended up the Purely Elizabeth brand because I had those left. That's what I had on hand. That's what I'm using. Showed y'all that. Coconut oil, date sugar, filling. Super good, super good, super good, super good. To have a little bit of coconut oil I spilled on there and on here. Use baking soda and then vacuum it up. I usually clean as I go. All the ones in the middle are mine. However, I was like, I'm gonna just do everything in bulk. That way I'll roll these out, put them in, and then clean as everything is baking. The dough has been sitting for well over an hour and a half. It's probably closer to 2.5 hours, and that was not on purpose. I was getting some work finalized. Also on the phone with Anthony. Oh, okay, y'all, he said hi. Y'all know he was raised with manners. And then I love watching these videos. I don't know why it's white like that. Like, I don't really know what's up with that. But anyways, needing another 4th cup into this because it's really sticky. I used a 4th cup extra of almond milk, and I am paying for it now with having to add extra flour. But getting this ready, and then I'm gonna roll out the dough, and then I'm going to stuff it with the filling, let it sit again, because I'm taking my time to be very patient with these, and then I will bake them at some point later. And in the meantime, I'll just be talking with Aunt and getting some homework done. Okay. okay. Got the filling in. It has like some dark spots from like the different nuts, walnut mix, and then also some bananas in there as well. Timer just went off. It smells pretty good. Oh Lord. Y'all, these are not supposed to be sticking together. This one is so dirty. Oh my gosh. Why is there like honey or something on here? What the heck? Oh, mind you, I don't even have honey. So I don't even know what that is. Like, what? I don't really know what's going on. I can definitely smell the yeast 100%. Now, it didn't tell me to cover them. I just did, so I might have to cook it longer because it's only been on for 20 minutes. But let's see. Oh, Lord. Okay, I'll be back, y'all. All right, y'all, they are done. I poked through to make sure they were done, so I'm gonna get my icing. Oh, where's it at, y'all? Where did I put it in the microwave or something? I don't see it. It has like a little green. Am I tripping right now? I don't know where I put the icing. It has to be somewhere in here. I'm just not looking good enough. It has like a green top. Y'all, am I tweaking right now? I literally just... Oh wait, did I put it in here? Oh my gosh, y'all, yes, I did. Oh, good thing this is vegan, for real. I just did this too, that's insane. So glad I don't have to take a lactate with this. Okay. All right, and we're gonna dig in. Good morning, y'all. It is 8:09 a.m. I have class at 11 like usual. I'm gonna go on a mile run. Yeah. I've kind of started liking running now. I don't know. All right, let's go, y'all. My running vest came in, so I'll probably use it sometime next week. My bedtime is at 10:30, so I'm gonna get like an assignment or two done. Caved in and bought this cookie granola. It's actually, it's good. It's nothing that I'm just like, oh my gosh, I have to have this in my pantry all the time, but I think it's pretty good. I love that it's vegan. I'm lactose, y'all know that, so I'm really doing my best to stay away from these milk products because it's so expensive to always have to keep buying Lactaid pills. I made some pistachio milk. I told y'all I'm good with nuts again. I don't know what was going on with the nut stuff, but we are good. It's okay. The pistachio milk is not like just super, I don't know. It's not sweetened, so it's okay. It's a good alternative milk to try, but it's pretty pricey. Really, Elizabeth does have like a kind of weird aftertaste, and I noticed that with their blueberry one that I tried years ago, but I like the ingredients. I have to try the regular cookie one, but there's that. I also, I'm gonna have a cinnamon roll later. Queso I'll bring to work tomorrow along with some soup and meal prep soup. This has 665 calories, and I think like they each have 60 grams of protein or like 61 grams of protein. They each have like 9 grams of fiber. So I think I did pretty good on that. Hey y'all, it is 3:38 a.m. So it's been 8 minutes since I've been up. I have on like my workout stuff. This kind of matches with the top, but I'm wearing this later when I go into work. You know, Wednesday is my longest day. I'm up from 3:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. So I'll be making sure to bring food and caffeine. Also, I have an event at work today, so yeah, I took out my hair last night. I just took out the braids. I put in some leave-in conditioner, and when I get in the shower, I'm just gonna let the steam kind of hit my hair. I know it's gonna shrink up a little bit. I don't care. I'm okay with that. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna do an at-home body workout. I'm not fooling with the miles, right? That was cool yesterday. When I said I don't know what's wrong with me, I wasn't talking about my mile time being 11 minutes and like 30 seconds. I'm talking about the fact that I ran 2.5 miles in the span of 2 days, and I don't normally do that. Like I've been waking up like, I'm gonna run. And I think having those tennis shoes is like making me want to do that too. But yeah, that's why I said I don't know what's wrong with me, because I'm like, girl, who are you and where did you come from to just be exercising like this? But anyways, y'all know today is a weigh-in, and I've been telling y'all I'm nervous because I've been losing 3.5 pounds every 2 weeks. Well, if that still reigns as true, then I should be at 157. I personally do not think I'm going to be at 157. I think I'm going to be like at 158, 159. And that does make me a little sad. So we'll kind of see how that goes. I also bought myself a scale to have here at home. What else? That's everything. Okay. If I'm out early enough, I won't have to take the toll roads, but honestly, I've just decided that toll roads are probably going to be incorporated into my schedule, because with how much extra gas I'm spending, because I'm choosing not to take the toll roads, and it's adding anywhere from an extra 20 to 30 minutes each drive, and I commute 6 days out of the week. And I'm counting church, y'all, as well. I just don't think, I think it's better if I just take the toll roads and use that extra money I was spending on gas to pay off tolls and to give me peace of mind. Yeah. Also, there were multiple cars, of course, that always try to merge into your lane with no blinkers. One specifically almost caused me to rear end them, and I had to honk, and I felt bad because I saw their kid in the front seat, and they turned around when they heard me honk, but the mom literally was cruising, and I think she was on the phone, and just cruised over right into my lane. No signal. Let's get this workout done. Okay. I was scared for a good reason. I gained a pound. Losing 3.5. So I know that I had ate extra with going to the fair, and then I had another refeed day, but I bought 2.25 pounds of ground beef and moved it into 2 days or 3 days worth of meal prep, and I did not realize that was 32 ounces. I usually buy meat in 16-ounce increments, and so I did not account for how many extra calories I was eating. And so when I was waking up, and I'm like, why is my stomach not flat? Because since I've been eating less, my stomach has shrunk. And I was like, it still looks pudgy or kind of bloated. And then on top of that, I was like, why am I not hungry? The meal that I was eating in the morning, the queso that I made with just the ground beef and a little bit of taco seasoning and cottage cheese, that was it. I was like, this is keeping me full all throughout the day. And I was like, I guess that's a good thing because I'm not hungry. But I was like, if I'm eating like a toddler, I shouldn't be hungry. And I realized today, I did the final calculations because I've been doing 1,200 calories for a day these past couple of days because like I have not been wanting to count calories and all that stuff. So I'm like, look, I'm gonna just throw all the calories together, when normally what I'll do is do the exact macros for each section. Unfortunately, I did not do that. And so when I normally would have had the exact calories for each turkey burger with the macros, the nutrients, all that stuff, what I did instead is, okay, I'm eating queso with protein chips and a turkey burger with sweet potato fries. That all throughout the day is 1,200 calories. Past that point, I did not say, oh, they're both 600 and 600. This has 80 grams of protein, this has 70, or oh, this one's 800, this one's 400. And the issue with that is because I ended up switching things. So instead of eating the turkey burgers and the queso for that entire day, I had like queso here, and then I had like a lettuce wrap from Chick-fil-A here. And it's like, I didn't know how much or how less I was eating. So again, I'm disappointed. I knew it was going to be crazy when I saw the verse of the day today. It's one of my favorite Bible verses, Psalm 34:18, saying God is close to the broken and contrite in heart, and he's near to the brokenhearted. And I knew, I was like, oh, I think this is God prepping me and letting me know, like, I'm here for you, but you're going to be disappointed. And so I'm definitely disappointed. I'm just going to go back to my 1,200 with some refeed days thrown in. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but refeed day is just like a healthier way of saying cheat day. And it's not necessarily a cheat day because it's not like you're going buck wild. You're just eating more healthy foods that day. So I'm gonna recalculate everything, see where I'm at, and go from there. There's gonna be ups and downs in the journey. And by the time y'all see this, I should be at like, in a month or so, I should be, let's see actually, because today's October 22nd. And that means a month from now, it'll be November 22nd. Okay. So by the time y'all are actually seeing this, it'll be probably like 5 weeks from now. So by that point, I should actually be at, I should be at like 154. We'll see. We shall see. But yeah, there's gonna be ups and downs on a weight loss journey. It just sucks that happened to me, and I'm like, girl, I'm disappointed. So, all right, I got big girl stuff to do. So I'll talk to y'all later. Good morning, y'all. I did my weigh-in last night because I got a new scale. It's actually accurate. I have 2 8-pound weights that I used, and it told me it was 16.1. I said, okay, I'll take the 0.1 difference. Measured it again today just to make sure it was good. Weighed in last night at 158.4, I think, and I was like, oh, okay. The scale yesterday, and I won't include the clip because I was sad, y'all. I weighed in yesterday with an older scale, and I was like, older scales must be more accurate because they're probably more manual, and you know, just straight to the point with the weights. I weighed it at 161.8, and that was the same scale who told me September 24th, when I started off my weight loss journey for the second time, that I was 163.8. So I'm like, you really favor 0.8 a lot. So I told myself, like, let me just weigh myself again on this scale, because people on Amazon, I reviewed it, they said it was pretty accurate. I tried the dumbbells, and it was accurate minus 0.1, which, okay, fine. And yesterday it said I was like 158.4, and I was like, that's a big difference from 161. Like, that's a 3-pound difference. Like, I'm proud of myself. I was so, y'all, I was so hurt yesterday. And then the verse of the day yesterday was Psalm 34:8, one of my favorite Bible verses of all time, but it's talking about God being near and dear to the brokenhearted. And I was like, God, I am brokenhearted because I messed up on counting my calories. And so I actually wasn't at 1,200. I wasn't at a 1,200 calorie deficit. I was eating more on accident because I miscalculated how much ground beef I used. Great for protein, but the calories was insane. Anyways, waiting yesterday at 158, and I was like, oh, okay, but I still was like, this feels too good to be true. But I was like, I know I've been putting in work, I've been exercising more, all the things. And the same thing Aunt was telling me. Weighed again this morning, it was good. Weighed again today, like just everything just off. I'm weighing. I'm at 156.4 or 0.5, and I weighed twice, so that's why I gave me the two numbers. But it's only a 0.1 difference minus, but I'll just say 156.5. I'm really proud of myself. I don't know if I'm having like body dysmorphia or something or what, but I don't really see a huge difference. I don't know. But anyways, I'm going into work. I am going to be trying out a small group today, so we'll see how it goes. They said I can just come for a couple of weeks and then just kind of go from there. They do meet until late hours, and I'm like, because I do have work the following morning. But I'm like, okay, there has to be some way that I'll be able to push through. So we'll just kind of see what happens with that. All right, I will see you in the next clip. This is my breakfast setup, and then I got my water. I drank some electrolytes this morning. I haven't really been liking the Drip Drop brand, unfortunately, so I think I'm just gonna go to LMNT electrolytes in a couple weeks when I'm done with the Drip Drop ones. They're just mediocre. They're a step above the Propel, but nothing crazy. And then I've been loving this flavor. I need to try the cream soda one. Hey y'all, I feel like either Macy Gray or the baby off the Proud Family. It's super cute though. My hair is growing a lot. I love it. Anyways, I'm gonna go donate blood. Spur of the moment thing, but it's gonna happen. I was trying to explain to y'all that I got pies from Miss Cicely. She has Uncle Willie's Pies in DeSoto, Texas. Everyone loved the pies yesterday at the event, so you should check them out if you want a little sweet treat here and there. But I'm gonna go donate blood. The oats, told y'all a couple weeks ago, too much nutmeg, too much ginger, whatever I put in there, so it tastes spicy. So there were extra mini pies. I sampled all of them. My favorite was pecan and buttermilk, and then gave the rest to the girls I was babysitting for. But anyways, they had an extra buttermilk one today in the fridge. I took it. But let's go, y'all. I had electrolytes this morning, so I should be good to donate. Hey y'all, okay, it is Friday, 5:41 p.m. so it's October 24th. Yesterday was my cousin's birthday. I think I mentioned that in this vlog. I got him a Bible because he was asking for it. He wanted a teen NIV study Bible. I was like, okay, great. I feel like my hair is growing. I told y'all I feel like the baby off the Proud Family or either Macy Gray. I am due for a trim. So at some point it needs to be next week, but I want to blow out my hair and just have Aunt trim it and just kind of see where I'm at from that point. If not, I'll just wait till November. I don't know, but I can't go past November though. Anyways, I feel like I look better. I definitely do. I really feel like I have not been talking to y'all, and usually but this time I haven't been. So y'all, I have just been focused on my goals. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know I've been talking a lot. Why did I just do this? I know I've been talking a lot about me wanting to lose weight and me being at 130 pounds. That's my goal. It's not even that I just want to stay there. Ultimately, I just want to see how I look. I have not been that small. I think the smallest I've been, I can't even really say that, but like just the smallest I was at was probably in the 120s when I was in high school. And so I know there are gonna be people who are like, oh, your weight right now or how you look right now is how I want to look, or man, I wish I was there. You look beautiful. Just stay where y'all. I get that, and I understand what you're saying. However, I'm not looking at my weight loss this time from a negative perspective. I'm not losing weight to get a man. I already have a boyfriend. You get what I'm saying? I'm not losing weight to keep up one of my homegirls. You get what I'm saying? So I just don't want y'all to be worried. Okay? I don't want y'all to be worried. And I probably created that worry by just saying out of nowhere, hey, I want to start a goal. But I promise you, if y'all haven't learned this about me, I might seem like I'm doing things sporadically or very bluntly or out of control. But a lot of times I have thought about things and journaled about things and wrote on my iPad and done research behind the scenes, which is why I'll then come on camera and bring it to you all. Prayed about it, talked to people around me to get it. So That's what I've been doing. My goal has been all over the place. Like I went from wanting to go from like 163, I think I was at, ended up finding out the scale was weird, so I don't even know if I was at 163. I honestly was probably at 160, and I'm at 155 right now. So I've lost 5 pounds, and it's been 2 months exactly to the day since no, it's been a month exactly today. I apologize. From September 24th to August 24th. To October 24th. Now, before then, I did do a calorie deficit at 2,000 calories. That is a very minor calorie deficit for me being at 160 pounds. I think to be at 160 pounds, your maintenance is going to be like 2,000 something hundred calories. Let's just say 2,300. But it's not like I haven't lost weight before. The first time I did, I was actually 17, so I learned a lot. I didn't post my journey or anything because I was struggling with how can I be edifying, but I also was like ashamed and embarrassed, but then I also didn't want to be a stumbling block to other brothers and sisters in Christ if I was posting my body. So there's different things like that. So I know that I'm not doing the typical thing by showing you guys like, oh my gosh, like look at my butt, or like look at this. Like I'm not doing all that, but just trust, if I'm talking about it this much, I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. And so for me, a form of accountability is my weekly vlogs every week. And so if I'm taking the time to edit, if I'm taking the time to upload these videos, I need y'all to know it's serious. So I was originally gonna get to 150 pounds by December. Clearly that's gonna happen quicker than then. So I was like, you know what, no, 150 is still a little bit over on my BMI. And that's another thing people aren't understanding. Someone can seemingly look healthy, but that doesn't mean that they are. Just because somebody looks slim, thick, and I talk about that a lot because it's so prevalent in Black culture. Like growing up, I always heard, oh, you look thick, or like, you know, I developed very quickly as a young girl. And so like even in some of my pictures, like there's one baby picture I will never post to the internet because I had breasts as like a baby, as a toddler, and I was like, oh my gosh. But saying that to say, I wanted to get to 150, but I was like, no, I need to actually track my BMI and not just a goal, like a weight that sounds good. 150 to me always sounded good. It just sounds like a good number. That's not enough, because that still means that I could be at risk. Like if I have a bad day or a binge day or whatever you want to call it, I could easily get back up to 160 and then be in the same cycle. I know I'm not recommending this to everybody. Y'all know I'm not in school for nutrition. I'm in school for education, which is why I do my research, not nutrition though. So please understand that. But I like to do things extremely and fastly and get all the hard stuff out the way first and deal with the rest later. If you're somebody that's like, no, I like to take things slow and steady, be my guest. But I was like, no, I want it by December. Y'all, there's nothing big happening in December. Aunt is not proposing to me in December. I'm not graduating in December. It's nothing big like that. I just like, I want to have it done by the end of 2025. There was so much stuff that happened this year. It's just the weight, it represents so many things. My family has a slew of diseases that could be prevented or could regress if weight was lost. I cannot be like that. And this year with me turning 20, so many things have changed, and I know I'm going all over the place. It's because I had an epiphany. I'm in my 20s. I know I'm just 20, but I'm in my 20s. I didn't even think I was gonna make it past 18. And so this is the reason to me is personal, but not so much to the point where I have to be secretive, because I'm still sharing it in my weekly vlogs. But by the time you guys see this, if I'm at 155 now, I should be like I'll be at 145 next month. So the next November, like around that Thanksgiving, and I'll probably gain a pound back that week, because I'm not counting calories on Thanksgiving. Let's not play. But I'm messing around with my diet. These are things that people will tell you on the internet, like don't do, like yo-yo dieting or calorie cycling, meaning like you do this amount of calories this week or this amount of calories this day, and then you switch to another day. I'm playing around with it because I want to see what is going to help me within these 10 weeks, because again, I want it done by December. So I went from wanting to do 150 pounds by December. Cool, that was attainable. Then I was like, no, 140 pounds by December. So I was like, okay, that's still a stretch, but I was like, I could do it. So I've still been tracking my TDEE and just making sure I have enough fat, because you cannot, come on, you're losing fat, yes, but this is like the bad fat that you gain because you were in too many fast food parking lots. but you need to eat healthy fats. I'm tracking my fiber, just my protein, all my macronutrients, so I'll be good on that, making sure I'm having electrolytes and stuff. But I'm doing a lot of calorie cycling. I am gonna start walking more. I've been introducing body weights this week. I told y'all several months ago in some vlogs that I was not gonna start working out until my nutrition was better. My nutrition is starting to get a lot better, so I'm just doing some body weight exercises, gonna walk more, especially since I bought those Brooks shoes. Might even go for a walk tonight, I don't know. But saying all that to say, y'all, I'm okay. I'm sorry that I haven't been talking as much, so I don't want y'all to think that there's something like loopy with me. I promise I'm good. I'm just, y'all, I'm addicted to getting to my goals. That sounds so corny. That sounds like a NBA YoungBoy quote, but I'm serious, y'all. I'm addicted to getting to my goals. Like, it's such a good feeling when you start to look at yourself and you're like, wait, like, I don't have to change the angle because I actually look good in this, and like, I don't have to like do like a, I don't have to do any of those faces because I already look good. It feels great. It feels so good getting on the scale and seeing the pounds drop. And I understand that if you're not on a health journey, or if you've never been someone who struggled with an eating disorder, or you've never been someone who struggled with your weight, I understand that what I'm saying can sound like I'm crazy and it can sound weird. But y'all, gluttony is such a huge sin that people dismiss. And so no matter how good I look or how well the weight gets put on my body, I know that I have not had a healthy relationship for food for really as long as I can remember. I say this, but y'all, I didn't even grow up eating dinners at the table with my family. And so it just, there's so many little like bad habits that I have carried on, and it's no more. So yes, me doing this calorie deficit and kind of cycling through things, certain parts of that is a diet. Yes, I know that a diet can sound like a bad word, but it is what it is. I am dieting right now. And so I know that there are certain things that are only going to be temporary until December, so these next 10 weeks, but other things I will be sticking with. So like me eating whole foods, that's not going to change because I hit 130 pounds, and I'll likely probably add more weight after that, but I'll just kind of get down to 130 as like a kind of foundation or base level and kind of see how I feel from there. But I'm just excited. I'm excited to keep losing weight. I feel hungry a lot, of course, y'all, but to me it's very similar to fasting. Like, you know, when you fast, and the Bible says when you fast, not if you fast. So when you fasted before, you know you have to deny your flesh. When it comes to stuff like this, it's no different. I have been abusing the temple that God has given me by always feeding my mouth. When I'm sad, when I'm happy, when I'm tired, I eat. And it has to stop. It's too expensive, number one, and I don't feel good after. And I'll end off with saying this too. Growing up, I talk to y'all a lot about how I grew up, my childhood, and a lot of things that go back to it, but I grew up in poverty. I grew up with food stamps. I grew up with like one of the best times of the year was not the holidays, but it was tax season time, because at least we would have a little bit of extra money, maybe get a pair of shoes each because there were so many of us. And because of that scarcity mindset that I had, I was always scared that my mom was going to be like, y'all, I didn't get my stamps this month, because that happened a lot of times. Food stamps is what I'm talking about. I grew up with a lot of those ideologies. We would go to the food banks at different times or have to go to different food drives to get food. I get it. Growing up with the foods that I was exposed to and different things like that, I was not introduced to portions. We had to eat everything, and also we couldn't leave the table if things weren't finished until we started getting older primarily. Also, food was something that could have been taken away from us, like a form of abuse. If we didn't do this, or if we had an attitude, we'll cook your own dinner, or we'll do this, like when we're young kids. And so I did develop a very atrocious relationship, an unhealthy relationship with food. And so I know that you may see me and think, well, Araya, you look fine. Well, one, y'all haven't seen me with my clothes off, which is good, but my body is already not the highlight of my channel, because my wisdom that God has given me is, number one, hallelujah, amen. But on top of that, I also am 5'6", which isn't super, super tall. It is not super, super short. So I can hide certain things. So when you're modest and when you're not like 5'2", you can kind of hide the weight well, but you know when you're starting to feel uncomfortable, like the chafing that's happening. I already have stretch marks, but when you're starting to get more of those at times when you really shouldn't, you're starting to get winded from doing certain activities. At my heaviest, I was like 180. So I promise you, I know what it feels like to be severely overweight. Right now I'm overweight. It's not severe as it was when I was 180 at 17, because how stressed I was and just so many other different things happening at that time, and me using food as a resource. But I know what it's like. And when you're starting to see those warning signs come back again, you either sulk about it and say, oh my gosh, I'm getting heavier, I'm gonna cry, and I'm ugly, and my life is gonna be so terrible, and I need somebody to build me up. And that's also how you get into these unhealthy relationships. And it doesn't always have to be starting off with weight, but when you don't know your worth in Christ, when you don't feel adequate, when you don't feel like the pretty girl, you fall into the trap of these different men and women who will abuse you and run you through the mud. Anyways, when you start to feel those feelings again, you know, if you've lost weight before and you've gained some back, you know it's time to start switching things up. And so with my first calorie deficit, I really messed up I stuck to a calorie deficit, but I did not track my protein, I didn't track my fiber, I did not track my fat, and I did not track my carbs. And that messed with me, because while I was losing weight, I didn't gain any muscle. Yeah, not this time. Not this time. So I'm gonna head into Ulta, because y'all, first of all, shout out to Ant, because he's been buying my lip pencils. I've been running out of them. I'm telling y'all, I cannot stand the pencils that are not wood. This like plastic applicator that they put on there irritates me so bad, because y'all know that I'm gonna have to buy another one in a couple weeks, because I can't sharpen it like the old school ones. But as much as I don't like to admit it, this $23 girl, $24.92 I think with tax, she's actually worth it. So that does mean that I will be buying her. But that lasted, when did I buy that first? I think I bought that first one in July, and it's October, and that's the only lip gloss I use. I don't even use Carmex or Aquaphor or nothing, and I haven't broke out. Y'all know with like the topicals I showed y'all, that was probably like in April or something when I broke out from topicals. I reapply this all the time and it stays. It's long lasting. So I'm like, I'm gonna pay that $23 every couple of months. I'm gonna pay it. So let's go get this. I gotta bring my ID into Ulta, because they be asking for IDs. I did a Ulta order before, and on the thing it said, yeah, bring your ID in. And I'm like, oh, all pickup places say that, but they don't really need it. I can just tell them my order number. She was like, oh, do you have your ID? I was like, no, I left it in the car. Mind y'all, I had already struggled with going there because it was in a parking garage. Y'all, it was so much stuff happening that day. Let's get to order. Good morning, y'all. It is Saturday, October 25th. Just edge control. Didn't feel like picking out or anything. Wash day is probably today, but I might stretch it till tomorrow. I don't know. Anyways, I'm in my follicular stage. I think I'm in my follicular stage, heading towards ovulation. Just means during your period that you likely have more energy during these times. I like to play around, like I told y'all in the 15-minute clip before this one, with different diets that people try, with different workouts and things like that, because I like to go all in with things. So my mindset is, if I'm gonna be changing the rest of my life, how I eat, how I exercise, all that stuff, why not try different ones? So if I'm gonna be all in, I'm gonna be all in with variety. So I walked 10,838 steps yesterday. I averaged like 6,000 to, I would say I averaged 5,900 to 6,400 steps a day. It just depends on what I'm doing. So yesterday I walked for like 2 miles, and that got me well over 10K steps. I know that walking 10K steps can help you lose a lot of weight. I'm trying to lose as much weight as possible. So yeah, I've done fasting before, like I've talked to y'all about, but I'm gonna be doing that again. I know I don't have to, and this fast is actually not for spiritual reasons. This will be like the only fast that I've done that's not because I have to like inherently give up sin. Yes, I need to stop being gluttonous and things like that, but I've been learning that this one is actually more so for health reasons. So that doesn't mean I'm not going to read my Bible during it. It just means that I can talk to y'all about it, because it's not just me humbling my flesh to try and get quote unquote something from God. So I'll hit 24 hours at 3 p.m. today, and it's like 9:15. So I feel good. You know, when people are saying before you fast, have a good, hearty, nutritious meal, they're not joking, because I didn't even know that I was gonna fast. I'm just gonna see how long I can go, just kind of check my body for cues. It would be cool if I could do 5 days, but if not, I'm not. Yo, I'm just trying new things. I'm excited. I feel good. I'm starting to feel better. So just trying new things, doing my research. But I had like hearty soup, and then I had like this banana cinnamon rolls I made. All that stuff is whole foods. Didn't even finish the soup yesterday, and I was like, I'm gonna see like, how can I fast? Or like, how long can my body go without food? Because, you know, you hear these things in the Bible, and I fasted before growing up for spiritual reasons, and I still do. But it's different when you're doing it to really see like, okay, wait, this is really how God created us? Like, we really can go without food, and my last meal before this was nutritious, so my body is not going to be super weird feeling because I didn't have like a crumble cookie before a fast. So we'll see. Since I also have extra energy, I am going to do some body weight exercises, and then I'm going to go out for my walk, and the body weight exercises will help me to get my steps up too. So we'll see. I have this that I bought, so I'll be putting this on, and I'm gonna fill this with water and electrolytes. Hey y'all, it's like 10 o'clock. It was raining yesterday, so it's like pretty muggy out, so I really want to change my top, but I'm just stretching. I did my workout, felt pretty good. I want to try and add some Supermans in there, because I told y'all I'm just doing body weight exercises, but the Supermans are so hard. But having a defined back it's good. So anyways, it is muggy, and I am gonna be out for a while. Should I change? No, I'm not gonna change. Okay, come on y'all. I love that area, like the kind of reeds, how they're laying, and then also that white like bunch of flowers. That's super cool. I am at 1.2. It usually takes me 22 minutes to walk a mile, just at a normal pace. Like, I'm not going brisk. I'm not going brisk. I'm not speed walking or anything. Like, just me walking and attempting to be present. And I say attempting because I always, for the most part, am listening to something. It takes me about 22 minutes, and so for 10,000 steps, I know I did some with my workout, but that's probably going to take me closer to 4.5 miles, which will be, that'll be like an hour, 30 minutes, I guess. Anyway, so I have on these sunglasses to kind of help, because even though it's cloudy, it hurts my eyes, and y'all know I'm fasting, so I'm just like, yeah, no, I don't want to overdo things. I felt like some pain like at the top of my stomach a little bit, and then on my left side, and then my right hip, like the joint, I could feel that it was hurting. Now I stretched before and after. Those have since went away. I had a little headache. That just went away. So it's like, you really can push your body. I'm not recommending that you do this, of course, but God really created us in such a very fascinating way. I lied. The pain on this side actually did come back, but I should be fine. I've been seeing so many different fruits lately. I wonder what those are. They look kind of like kumquats a little bit, but I didn't know that we grew those here. Anywho, 2.25, and I'm at like, I think the last time I checked, I was at like 4,300 steps. So I should be at like, I'm probably well past like 4,800 now, maybe. That's just a guesstimate. Good morning, y'all. I have shortness of breath. I feel winded. I'm walking back home. I've been trying to aim for 10,000 steps every day. Wow. Oh yeah, y'all, my hair is, that water's sitting on top of it. But I've been trying to aim for 10,000 steps a day. That is not gonna happen on today. I'm already fasting. I'm proud of myself for that, but I don't need to overexert myself past that point. I planned on going to church with Aunt today, but I've had too much sodium, clearly, with the symptoms that I've had. And so I need to slow down tremendously, which is why I'm stopping my walking. Well, once I get back home, I'm stopping, and I'm gonna see how I feel once I get back after I drink some tea, water, and bone broth. If I feel better, absolutely I will go and see Aunt, but also keep in mind on top of me fasting, I did only have 5.5 hours of sleep last night. So I'm trying to figure out if I want to end the vlog today on Sunday like I normally do. It's around 8:22 a.m. I've been out here since like 7:58 a.m. Or do I want to bring all through to Wednesday and extend this vlog and then just do a weekend vlog for next week? I'm not sure. We'll see. But yeah, I'm doing this fast mainly for health reasons, not spiritual. So if I have to stop, I'm okay with that. And I'm seeing some of those warning signs kind of creep up, so I'm gonna evaluate myself and then just kind of go from there. But yeah, like had a little bit of dizziness from what I can remember, like just a tiny bit. And then when I woke up, I just felt like very weird, like very sleep deprived, very zombie like on last week's vlog when I stayed up for 40 hours. That's how I feel now, even with 5.5 hours of sleep. So the shortness of breath, the heart palpitations, I think I had too much sodium. So let's see if I'm gonna keep going. I really want to keep going, y'all. I really want to keep going, but I am not going to be the person who's like, in the name of this, I almost killed myself. No, I actually want to make it to my meal that I like. Anyways, though, you can't see it, but I have on my running vest. That, of course, you can see, but my shirt says them after church naps. I got it from Beacon Threads. I really love it. Super foggy outside, y'all. Extremely foggy. So, yeah, okay, let's see. Let's see what happens. There are times when obedience is better than sacrifice, and so if I have to stop, okay, that'll be fine with me. I just pray that it'll be a couple hours from now if I have to stop, so I can at least say that I made it to day 3. Okay. It is 10:38. I did not make it to day 5 of the fast. I am finishing at day 2. So I'm gonna start off with some egg whites and just continuing to sip some bone broth. Later, I'll have some cinnamon stewed apples and like some mixed berries, and then I'll also incorporate some of the cinnamon rolls I made a little while ago. I froze them, but these have like whole wheat flour, white flour. They have, I think, maybe some ginger, I'm not sure. They have cinnamon, they have bananas. They just have a lot of good whole foods that I should be able to incorporate by later tonight. Hopefully all goes well. I do have those Sweet Lauren cookies too. I kind of just basically want to have today is like a refeed day. So I'll be eating a little healthier, helping with my cravings as well. But I would love to also have like a Sweet Lauren's cookie. And then I do still have these no cheese roasted vegetable pizzas that I might dig into. I'll also be having some sticky white rice, a sweet potato at some point. But I just want to get this on my stomach first. I'll have some bananas as well. What else? Some coconut water for electrolytes. Like, I'm gonna make sure I take my time with this and plan things out accordingly. I was upset earlier, and I think I let my emotions and my pride get in the way, but I am extremely proud of myself. No, I did not make it to day 3 technically. It would have been later today, but I think my health is more important, and I did do this for health reasons. And so obedience really is better than sacrifice. And I know a lot of times I do like to rush through things, like to do things very quickly, but that's not always sustainable. And I know I'm always going back and forth, and I'm being double-minded, which is something that I need to spend some more time thinking about, because it's wrong. You don't need to be double-minded. I was reading yesterday in Matthew. Jesus tells us don't swear on anything. Just let your yes be your yes and your no be your no. And so that's what I'm going to practice doing. I've learned a lot, and I definitely will be looking at food differently, at least temporarily. It is fuel for our body, and we are not to abuse it or take it for granted. I could not imagine having to go without food again. I had to do it as a kid, and it really messed with me. And so for those who are living in poverty and their calorie deficit is not a choice, or their fasting is not a choice, and they're doing it because they want God to really give them manna, like actual bread from heaven, I will be praying for them, and it really just opens up your eyes to how much you need to deny your flesh. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and yeah, I don't think I'll be doing this again anytime soon. Bye. I believe it would be remiss of me if I didn't show y'all me eating. I just took the first 2 bites and sent it to my boyfriend. I updated my best friends as well because they were praying for me. It tastes so weird, y'all. But these are the egg whites. I can't have like onion powder or things like that. I could sprinkle a little sea salt though. There's not much flavor, but I put like some thyme in here, some garlic powder. But there are certain seasonings that might be too much for me. But I'm gonna do a sprinkle because y'all know I overdid it earlier today. I also still have my bone broth here. But man, this was an awesome journey. I also did want to say that, you know, while I was upset and my pride was getting in the way, I was very emotional the last couple of clips. And so I'm so proud of myself regardless. And I'm not gonna cry or anymore or anything. I just was feeling a lot of emotions. Y'all, this is so crazy. And my stomach feels like hot, like it feels weird. Wow, that's insane. And it feels even weird to like swallow. But I'm just waiting on my second Target pickup order. I forgot to add bananas and like eggs and egg whites to the order because I was running out of these. Wow, I have vegan pizza that I want to eat later, like so bad. It's the Amy's brand. It was on sale. I was like, what? $4 a pizza instead of like 8 to 10? Oh my gosh, y'all, this feels so weird. It's kind of freaking me out. I wonder how people in comas feel once they can start like eating again. And then I also have some Sweet Lawrence cookies that I'll probably eat. I'll show y'all. Okay. These are the pizzas. I got 2 of them, $4 each. I'm really excited about this. It has good stuff, but it does have onions and like agave syrup, black pepper stuff. So probably gonna have to wait on this one until tomorrow. These are my cinnamon rolls and then Sweet Lawrence cookies. So I'm really excited for all these. Okay, now I'm actually gonna end the vlog. Seriously, thank y'all for tuning in. I'm not saying that I think that you should try this, but I learned so much insight and wisdom. I am pretty hard-headed, if you haven't been able to tell through this video, my weekly vlogs. And so sometimes I just have to learn things by going through it. And I've learned to be okay with that. All right. Until next time.